How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage
Moseying along in the morning time, that's what we're doing. Good morning to you, Drumsticks. What's up?
Hello, good morning. I'm good.
All right, tell me.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. I read from the Word of God, Psalm 9. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praises to thy name, O thou most high. When my enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at the present. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you, my dear. How are the children?
They're all right.
All right, give my love and respects to everybody.
I will.
Take
And you have
care.
a nice day.
Thank you, same to you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Good morning, Grenada.
And there's no telling what they'll do.
It's almost the end of the year.
You gotta be
29.
You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking. What you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. When you're moving, which direction you're going, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Dear Grenville Cooperative Credit Union family, 2021 came with many challenges, but we were able together survive the difficulties presented. Our board, management, and staff thank you, our cherished members, for doing business with us over the past year. We take this opportunity to wish you and your family a very merry, but most of all, a safe Christmas holiday. We invite you to call us on 442-8602 or drop in to your preferred branch and take advantage of our Christmas special offers. We look forward to serving you in 2022 and wish you success in all your endeavors. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
'Tis the season of joy, giving, and togetherness. Every year we look forward to gathering with family and friends to celebrate. However, our gifts to each other should be love and unity, not COVID-19. We are not yet out of the woods, and the super spreader Omicron variant is looming on the horizon. Play your part in protecting the gains our country has made in managing this virus. Get tested to know your status this festive season. Celebrate responsibly, protect yourself and your loved ones. Know your status. Get tested for COVID-19. A message from the Ministry of Health.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you're moving. Which direction you going. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
When you go, when you walk, what you say. When you talk, when you go, when you walk, what you say. When you talk.
In your search for happiness, you gotta leave a little room for loneliness.
Unfortunately, we are not able to bring you the weather report this morning. I do apologize for that. It's a situation entirely beyond our control. And of course, the Met Office do apologize for that this morning, not being able to bring you the weather this morning. All right? Again, we do apologize for that. So, what gives today? Let me take a break. I'm coming back to you.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
It's the season to give, and Granlec invites you to give a gift of love and light to someone in our community who has been challenged by COVID-19. Make your account current and nominate someone for a chance to win. 200 winners will be gifted with a $400 grocery voucher or a $75 electricity voucher. If we select your entry, you too will win. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion runs November 24th to December 24th. Give a gift from Granlec this holiday.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Myers Collection, located on Main Street, Sater, St. Patrick, wishes to extend seasoned greetings and blessings to you, our valued customers, and say thank you for your patronage. Shop at Myers Collection for your curtains, vinyl floor coverings, mats, sheet sets, tablecloths, plus a variety of household items at a very competitive price. Opening hours 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and later for your convenience. Call us today on 449-6197. Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. Myers Collection.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there.
Okay, good morning. Yeah. It's Wednesday today. And I've been checking. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm checking online because I'm still checking. I don't know if it would have gotten caught up in junk mail or whatever, but I'm still checking. Oh, finally, I found it. Yeah, I was looking for the WaterWise program and just couldn't find it this morning, but I finally found it. So, what did they say? How did they say it in English? Well, let's get ready to rumble and be rumbling. WaterWise, that's next.
Water, Earth's purest, life-sustaining resource, can easily become contaminated by environmental conditions. NAWASA continues to improve the quality of its water supply through state-of-the-art water treatment systems and trained, experienced staff. NAWASA preserves our health and quality of life. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Good morning, consumers. Glad you can join us for another edition of WaterWise, a production of the National Water and Sewerage Authority, NAWASA. I am Wendy Chateau. The Christmas holiday has come and gone, and now we set our eyes on the new year, 2022. We trust that everyone had a safe and enjoyable Christmas. As the year draws to a close and everyone slips into holiday mode, preparing for New Year celebrations become the top priority on everyone's list. We remind you that even if you are only spending the holidays at home with the people who you live with, it still requires preparation that will involve using more water than usual. It is also important to remember that at any moment, and for various reasons, something could go wrong, resulting in an interruption in water supply, sometimes for extended periods. It is also not always possible to provide advanced notice, and so having an adequate stored water supply cannot be overstated. Ensure you have at least a 3-day supply of 35 gallons of water per person per day, taking into consideration all the needs of your household. So as we celebrate this joyous season, we urge you to remember that storage improves availability when water is not accessible, and proper management can ensure it lasts longer. We also encourage you to update your accounts to avoid the inconvenience of disconnection for the holidays. NAWASA offers various options for making payments. This can be done at any of our cash offices at the Carenage, Grenville Grove, or at our head office at Lucas Street. Payments can also be made through your banking institution via online banking or at any of the payment centers available island-wide through Western Union and the River Sally Credit Union. You can also make payments by check, which can be dropped off in one of our check boxes at Dusty Highway, the Carenage, or Lucas Street. We remind you, though, that if you are down for disconnection, ensure you make payments directly at one of our cash offices, as there is a lapse of approximately 2 to 3 working days between the time payments are made via any of the other options and when it is posted to your account. If you're not sure about your balance, you can easily access it by calling or sending a WhatsApp message to 405-5245, 459-6064, or 405-9143 between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Or you can call NAWASA's emergency line 292 or 435-0715. Leaks and water outages can also be reported via those mediums. You also have the option of acquiring balances via the NAWASA app by typing mobile.nawasa.gd in your web browser. Have your account number handy for login. We encourage you to use one of the many options available to ensure your account is in good standing and avoid the inconvenience of disconnection, as reconnection cannot be guaranteed before 72 hours. Please also note that all our offices island-wide will be closed to the general public at 12 noon on Friday, December 31st, 2021. Our offices will reopen and maintain regular business hours on Monday, January 3rd, 2022. The authority apologizes for any inconveniences likely to be caused as a result. That's where we end this morning's edition of WaterWise. We encourage you to continue to practice the COVID-19 protocols, and let's continue to stay safe. Join us for another program on Friday morning at the same time. Until then, on behalf of the entire team at NAWASA, I am Wendy Chateau. We urge you to, if you haven't already done so, go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay connected.
Water, Earth's purest, life-sustaining resource, can easily become contaminated by environmental conditions. NAWASA continues to improve the quality of its water supply through state-of-the-art water treatment systems and trained, experienced staff. NAWASA preserves our health and quality of life. NAWASA, committed to meeting
The
customers'
Grenada
needs.
Postal Corporation wishes to notify the public of its holiday work hours. All offices except in Carriacou and Petit Martinique will be opened from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday 23rd December, on Friday 24th December, and Friday 31st December. All offices will be opened from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. The board, management, and staff of the Grenada Postal Corporation wishes you a blessed and happy holidays.
Darling, would you like some tea? I've made your favorite.
Well, thank you, darling. I'm here finishing my blog post to help homeowners understand their electricity bills. The left side of your bill shows the rates for electricity and the government charges. The middle portion shows the number of units you've consumed, plus the history of your usage over the last 8 months. And the right side shows how much you're being charged.
I really think people are going to value this information.
Grenlec, energizing our
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Worried that you may not have anything to share this Christmas? Are your Christmas dinner plans shaping up to be like a state of emergency? Worry no more, because this Christmas, the NLA is ensuring that 100 lotto players have ham and wine on their dinner table. Wow! And you can get yours for next to nothing. Just enter $6 worth of non-winning $3 scratch tickets at any agent Tri-Island-wide. 4 chances at winning in the NLA's Scratch, Ham and Wine, the limited edition promotion. The more you enter, the more chances you have of winning hams and wines. On December 22nd, the NLA will draw 4 winners in each parish, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Must be 18 or older to participate.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access, and I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say.
So morning it is again. What's up? Remember yesterday morning I was speaking to Sheldon Scott and I did say, hey, Scotty, what's up, man? Not getting the regular updates. So he ensured that I got the update this morning. And I'm flabbergasted. Based on what it's showing me here, we have newly confirmed cases. I guess that's within the past 24 hours or so. We had 41 newly confirmed cases. And at present, our active cases in the country has gone to 124. Yes, that's right, 124. In terms of persons recovering and the records that are available, only one person has recovered so far. But 41 new cases within the past 24 hours. 124 cases, active cases. We only have about 35,662 persons who are fully vaccinated. Partially vaccinated at persons who receive 1 dose only. We have what? 5,726. And those taking the booster. Oh, yeah, I did yesterday. 1,950. Yeah. But the amazing one for me, active cases 124. That is cause for concern. Serious concern. You don't believe me? And listen to this, 124 active cases in this country. That is serious cause for concern. What are you doing? What are you doing so as to deal with that? 124 active cases in this country. How are you protecting yourself? How are you protecting your family? Is it still just business as usual? Huh? Is it still just business as usual? I'm baffled. Well, hold on. Let me just put it in proper perspective here. No, not baffled. Not baffled at all. I shouldn't be. Because I did say we are going to see a rise in the numbers, and that's not it yet. That's not it yet. That is from the past. That's persons who would have contracted that from since we started having fun at the beginning of December, from since the COVID restrictions were relaxed, from since there was no, no curfew, and from since that you going on and having your parties and having your functions. That number represents that. For Christmas, for over the past 5 days, no, you're not seeing that yet. You're not seeing that as yet. You're going to see it though. You are going to see it. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that the numbers will climb again. The numbers will climb again. I told you so. And I oh boy. Oh boy. This is crazy. This is beyond belief.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk?
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say.
You just got to be careful. I had to just double check someone there for some information. Yeah? And there's no doubt in my mind. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that Omicron is here. Yep. There's no doubt. Omicron is here. And you, are going to go into panic mood. You are going to go into panic mood. But remember, if you have the virus, you can't take the vaccine. And no, I'm not saying that the vaccine prevents you from getting the virus. It causes you to be less sick. You know that already. I don't need to tell you that. But I can't say what's going to happen to you if you don't have the vaccine and Omicron steps in. I don't know what's going to happen. It could be a lot worse. The speed at which Omicron travels, what will happen, based on my knowledge, based on reading a bit about it, what would happen is that every 2 days it's going to double up. That's what we're going to see in terms of persons infected, in terms of active cases. Every 2 days is going to double up. Jeez, you me. You were told, you were told, you were told. First time you were told, you didn't listen. Hence the reason what happened around Carnival happened. You complained and you complained and you complained and you complained. And the authorities, they saw that, okay, fine, yeah. We need to trust our Grenadian people. And they trusted you. Removed the curfew and allowed you to socialize a bit more. Because man, as the animal he is, likes to socialize. Loves to do that. Yeah. But you did not do what you were supposed to do. And you know what you were supposed to do. You didn't do it. And now, all of us, yep, all of us is going to pay the penalty. What do you think would happen if we have to shut down again? What do you think would happen? I shudder to think what could happen.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful.
You got to be and you need to be careful. There ain't no reason why you shouldn't be. Huh? Oh, come on. There's no reason why you shouldn't be careful. But maybe you can say, well, we have thrown all care out the window. Have we? Huh? Have we done that? I don't. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lost for words. Yeah. Lost for words, I am. Anyway. So who's celebrating a birthday today? Good morning and happy birthday to you. And here's hoping that you live to see many more birthdays to come. Nice to have you around for yet another year. It was indeed a joy sharing this planet, or it is indeed a joy sharing this planet with you. I'm at a loss for words, honestly. I'm at a loss for words this morning. And it's political Wednesdays, yeah? And I'm not usually lost for words. Yeah. I'm not usually lost for words. Not on political Wednesdays. But today, yeah, I am lost. We let it happen. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andre.
Morning, Kenner.
A question I want to ask you. Who is the...
You're too close to your radio.
Quite in the kitchen, but he high.
Yep. Ouch.
Yeah. Who is the people and them what in charge of giving the people and them the permission to have the faith? Them are the wrong people, I have to say. Because if we in a country, we have a disease, we have a plague, and one set saying the plague is bad, the other set saying it's fun time. We were giving, the person was giving the permission this morning I listen over your radio station. How much and how much money to have fun, I think I don't know if it's 40 or how much dollars and who they call in name what. If the people and them don't give the people and them the privilege to have that fun, is in that fun place and them the thing rampant, because nobody know who have it, nobody know who they in the building what bring it. So it's spreading from one to the other. Poor little me now what lie down in the bed. Well, I'm just saying that because I don't want nobody that's going pleasure. Poor little me now what lie down in bed, I don't go in no way. My child go, my grandchild go, they bring it in that pet, they bring it come in the house, give me. Your niece go, your nephew go, you cripple now, you can't move about, they bring it. So if the people and them are giving the pass to have that function, that is the people and them you have to blame. Grenadians like too much money, and they don't care if they dead once they get money, but it's not so. I want me life. I want when I ride in a bus, I could ride it with peace. I want when I sit down, well, I want people doesn't come at me. Because I have my gate and I buy a new lock again. So when I lock it, you come to me, you could stay outside and talk to me, I could come out in front of the door. But it's not everybody who has to come out in front of the door. Some sick and they can't come out, and you have to come in to meet them. What happened? So it's all that fat, what causing that thing.
Okay.
If you don't have pleasure, everybody staying inside.
No, but you see, Keno, you can't keep people inside like caged animals. You can't do that. People need to do so and have their freedom to socialize. However,
and
it is, then you see, that is where the problem is. People need to be responsible. Keno. People need to be responsible. If you're not responsible, then we are going, remember that, sir? If you are not responsible, then we are going to face the problems. So it just shows that you give people what they request, and they're not they're not man and woman enough to deal with it properly. That's what the issue is. They're not man and woman enough to deal with it properly. They're not man and woman enough to do so and say, okay, fine, you know what? I can go to this function, but I need to wear a mask. No. They're not man and woman enough to know, okay, fine, there was no permission granted for this function, but I go in anyway. It's just pure carelessness, Skinner. Think about you. You've grown up children. And you keep saying to your child, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And that child continues. One day when you don't see that child, the child will do it, And guess what? If that child does it and the child hand breaks, it's not the child's problem now. It's your problem again.
My problem?
Yes.
No, I don't see that.
No, it's your problem because you have to carry the child to the doctor.
Also?
Yeah, so it's your problem.
I don't see it, so no.
So
One
whose
factor
problem?
you know.
No, but can you, if the child is 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years, even if the child is 15 years old, you have to take the child to the doctor. That's your responsibility.
Not when I'm speaking to you.
Can you don't have that kind of a heart, so don't let people believe that you have that kind of a heart. No, you don't have that kind of a heart. Anyway.
All right.
Take care of yourself, darling.
Okay.
Okay, good. Bye-bye. This is Real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Keith Sylvan, good morning to David Cap Charles. What's up, man? Part of the Real family. Yes, you are.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, both of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. When you're walking.
Well, as we see the numbers continue to climb, we have to understand that, there's reason for us to be careful, Oh boy, what's happening to my chair? I have to do all kind of fancy things here now. But there's reason for us to be careful, and we need to be careful at all times. Here's what, though. That's a chair doing that monkey trick on me. Oh boy, here we go. All right, I think I got it. Good, right. So here's what, I decided that, let me see if I can reach out to the chairman of the COVID committee, and that is the Honorable Anthony Boson, who's also the parliamentary representative for the St. Patrick West constituency. I thought I'd reach out to him and have a little chit-chat and ask him one question. If the country shuts down again, what happens? That's how I start. Good morning, Mr. Boson. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Andre Donald. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. How was the season?
On the quiet side.
Okay. Did you bake? I know you usually do baking. Did you bake, sir? You didn't?
No.
What? Well. That's not like you. That's not
I had
like
everything
you.
catered.
Oh! let me give a free advert here. Island Catering.
Not Island Catering.
Not Island Catering. So, Mr. Wilson, what happens if we have to shut down again? My first question for you this morning. When I look at the numbers, that's what I'm seeing.
Yes, well, Andre, once again, let me take this opportunity to extend season greetings to everyone, especially the constituents of St. Patrick West. I did not get the opportunity to do so before the Christmas, but we are still in the Christmas season, so it is not too late for me to extend best wishes for the holidays. Andre, you asked a very important question, and this is a question that should be on the minds of every conscientious Grenadian at this time. Because what we are noticing is an increase, and that increase seems to be almost exponential in the number of new cases. I cannot say whether it is the new variant, the Omicron, or whether it is the old variant, the Delta. But whatever it is, we ought to be concerned that we are heading for another wave. The impact can be highly significant in terms of mortality. I do not know how deadly this variant might be, but we cannot dismiss the fact that it will have serious impact on the health of the Grenadian people. And even more significantly, the impact on the economy as a whole. You asked the question, what will happen if there's a shutdown? Well, the answer is quite obvious. If there's a shutdown, it means that the economy will come to a halt again. Businesses will have to close, unemployment will increase, poverty level will increase, the level of inconvenience for shoppers, and every sector of the economy will be impacted upon. Agriculture, tourism, every sector will be impacted upon, and we go through another cycle of inconvenience and increased poverty and deprivation. So, we have to be very concerned as to what is happening in terms of the rising numbers. Now, I noticed we have, 41 new cases and 124 active cases. And remember, the holiday season is not yet over. Those figures we are looking at, maybe we can consider them to be pre-holiday figures. When we do the testing, during this period, by January, we could be out for a significant increase in the numbers, because now you see a lot of social activities, huge gatherings, people not wearing masks, social distancing not adhered to, and really we may have to pay a very high price, socially and economically, for our negligence at this time, and I'm concerned. As chairman of the committee, I think we can only make recommendations to the cabinet and to the government as to what we believe could happen and what are the measures that should be taken. And, let's hope for the best. But as of now, I fear for the worst, because when we look around us, I understand in St. Vincent, there is a reported case of a new variant. St. Vincent is just 24 miles away from Sauterre, exposed to Pitimatnik, Carriacou. And once it is in Carriacou and Pitimatnik, obviously it will reach Grenada. So we have to be very much concerned as to what is happening around us, and we should be taking the necessary precautionary measures to avoid any significant flare-up of this new variant or the existing one, because the impact on the economy could be detrimental, Andre. We cannot afford to go through another cycle like that.
But is it also correct to say, Mr. Boson, here that we could not have gone on still with having the curfew on and people feeling almost like claustrophobic and they can't do anything? Is it correct to say that, we couldn't have done that, so hence the reason why the authorities took the chance on the people?
Well, normally when conditions tend to be favorable in terms of easement, you become more relaxed, and you tend to remove certain restrictions because the numbers are going down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to keep people in a state of confinement if the numbers are going down. That is the time when you try to open up and give some relief. And the curfew was, you remember, it was from 12 to 4. And the decision was taken to remove the curfew altogether. However, that did not mean that we should become socially irresponsible. And see, and that is the bottom line. It's not whether you keep people in confinement or you don't keep them in confinement. It's whether we are socially responsible enough to adhere to protocols that will protect us. Even when it is felt that some relief should be given in terms of additional freedom to move around and to do the thing. It's how you'd go about doing it. That is my concern. And removing the curfew was not a license for Grenadians to become irresponsible in their behavior. You could let it slip certain things, but certain social behavior you cannot let it slip unless you become another slave society. What is wrong with people wearing a mask when they ought to be wearing a mask in public? But we notice that people just let down their guard because they feel, well, nothing is happening to me, so why should I do that? And I keep telling people, please wear your face mask. Even if you do not adhere to the social distancing, but if you wear your face mask, you're 80% almost protected. but we tend to be letting down our guard, and we will pay a high price for that negligence. I make no apology by saying that. We will pay a high price in the next weeks and months to come because of the negligence that we are displaying right now.
Mr. Bolson, can we put some blame at the feet of the promoters and say, hey, we allowed you, meaning the authorities allowed you, but you did not live up to your end of the bargain. You did not sanitize at the doors. You didn't encourage people to wear masks at your facility. Can we put that at their feet and say, hey, you did this?
Well, certainly, Andre. This is collective responsibility. As I said, government cannot legislate every action by our people. And if the promoters were given permission to do X, it is expected that permission was granted with certain conditions. Yeah, government will not grant permission for promoter to undertake a certain activity without instructing that the necessary protocols be adhered to.
Mm-hmm.
Like wearing a mask. The permission was not a permission to discard your mask or discard the sanitization process. Or even you might say, well, social distancing might be a little difficult if you have a party, but you try your best to adhere to all the other protocols. I think a few days ago I heard you saying, if you go to you wear your mask when you go to the bank. You do everything when you go to these places, but when you go to a social event, why can't you do the same?
Yeah.
You ought to do the same. It's not an excuse to let down your guard, and that is what I think we are doing. And this thing about keeping Grenada safe is not the responsibility of the government alone. It's a collective responsibility. And our citizens have a very important role to play. As a matter of fact, I think they should be playing a major role because they're the ones who will be impacted negatively by any new wave of this virus. But unfortunately, I'm looking at negligence, irresponsibility on the part of our people in our daily, how we behave on a daily basis. And as I said, Andre, the consequences could be dire. It's not in terms of significant loss of lives, but the impact it will have on our economy, having to close down again and go through that cycle of deprivation, go through that cycle where our economy will have to go back in recession, unemployment on the increase, government will have to find the resources to come back with some kind of stimulus package. It's just not the way I think things should be. And it all boils down to lack of the responsibility on the part of our people in not adhering to the protocols that we have put in place, even when the decision has been taken to relax some of the measures that are now in place. Relaxing the measures, Andre, does not refer to relaxing the protocols. And this is what people must understand. If the curfew has been extended or removed, it does not mean that you remove wearing your mask or you remove not sanitizing when you enter any business place or any place of worship or whatever, or you remove social distancing. It has nothing to do with that. Those protocols, as a matter of fact, that is when you should be adhering to the protocols when we give you that permission to enjoy a little more freedom that you've been asking for, because we are human beings. You cannot be confined forever. By man, by nature, is not a creature that is happy when we've been confined. So we give you that freedom to go out and do things that you should do, but you must do it responsibly. That is what we are saying. It must be done responsibly, and that is not happening. And we will pay the price for irresponsibility, period.
Do you think that the authorities have done enough when they relax the hours of curfew and they relax on permissions so that folks can have entertainment functions? Do you think that the authorities should have then stepped up a bit more, Mr. Boston, on education, because we seem to have laxed in everything.
Yes, I am not extricating the authorities from not doing enough. I think we could do more. As a matter of fact, testing, vaccination, we have been saying over and over, we need to increase the level of education, especially in rural areas where people still tend to believe that vaccination is taboo. They still tend to believe that there is something sinister about vaccination. We need to increase our level of education. That's fundamental. So, yes, we could do more. But even going around the country, having pop-up clinics, I mean, you don't have to have an organized vaccination program. Let us say you go down to the trade center, or you go down to the stadium. That could happen in every village, where you have these pop-up clinics, where, if you have a little activity, why not associate that with a vaccination program or a testing program as well? And I think that is where our awareness is not as high as it should be. That we need to continue the program of testing, because it's only through testing you will know your status. Testing at ports of entry, testing with every community, and at the same time encouraging people to be vaccinated. Because we cannot forget that it is the level of vaccination that will grant us that kind of immunity against any future wave. I'm not saying that we may not be impacted, but the impact, the effect will be less disastrous than if we are not vaccinated. And there is still a significant number of people who are not yet vaccinated for some reason or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the vulnerable ones, and these are the ones that reside more in the rural communities. If you check it, Andre, you go down to St. George's, the Lansapie, the Fort Judy area, maybe 80% of the people there are vaccinated. But when they come to the countryside, you see maybe about just 20% vaccinated. And to have a level of vaccination of just about 30%, or I think 34,000 people now vaccinated.
35,000, yeah.
That is still way below the level that will grant us what we call herd immunity. That will make us feel relatively safe. 35,000 out of a population of 100,000, 35%, it is still low. We have to aim at 70 to 80%. And if we continue with this lax attitude of not even following protocols, then vaccine hesitancy will continue, because we believe that everything is okay. And, we have an attitude that we react only when a disaster strikes. Let us say 3 or 4 persons, unfortunately, will die tomorrow because of this COVID. You will see people rushing to be vaccinated, but it doesn't have to be that way.
But
we don't have to wait until disaster strikes before we rush to take the precautionary measures. Now is the time, and I want to implore on the government to step up. If I have to give any blame, I'm saying government must step up the vaccination and testing program. We cannot afford to relax those. And I have seen some kind of relaxation. I'm not hearing about pop-up clinics anymore.
I think the Prime Minister spoke about some pop-up clinics and increased testing in his last address to the nation.
Exactly. We have to continue, because there seems to be some relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
We have to continue the pop-up clinics in all the villages, everywhere. You don't have to go down. We don't have to wait until there's a clinic in St. George's. You can have the clinics in every village throughout the country, because you have to bring this thing to the people. You can't wait for the people to come down to be vaccinated or be tested anymore. You got to reach out to them, and I think that is where the new emphasis will have to be: reaching out to the people, going to their homes and do this testing, do the vaccination.
Tony, I
cannot afford to relax on that, Andre, because that is the key to preventing our people from being negatively impacted by any new wave of this virus.
I don't know if it's happening elsewhere, but I know it is happening in your constituency, Tony, and I know you would appreciate this opportunity that I'm giving you now, so as to say thank you to that person. I'm speaking here to Sister Parrott. Nellin Parrott?
Yes.
and the service that she's providing at no cost at the complex. I know you would like to speak to that.
Yes. This is very, very important, and I want to commend Sister Nelly and her team for what they've been doing, because most times they're working beyond normal working hours to ensure that people are vaccinated and tested, and we want to see more of that.
And she's retired.
Yeah, exactly. She's a retired.
She's retired. But she
voluntary.
Retired voluntary. But Chief, she didn't get the thing. We didn't budget for them, no?
The extra.
The extra.
No, but they are the ones who
they should have gotten it.
No, well, I hope they get it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No, they didn't.
Nobody mentioned that to
they
me.
didn't. They didn't. No, they
Like
didn't.
Nell and Perrott and them who've been working beyond the call of duty.
Yeah, they didn't.
Are the ones who should be.
No, they didn't.
Then how people get,
Based on information, I don't know, but based on information I received, it doesn't seem like they did. But Nellin is I must say that about her. Nellin is a nurse and will always be a nurse, like it or not. She's going to transition into the great beyond being a nurse. If we ever were to look for a Florence Nightingale in Grenada, it has to be Nellin Perrott, because she's just so very committed to what she has learned, and it's her turn now, I believe, to give back to Grenada, and she's giving back to Grenada.
Yes, I really appreciate what Nellin has been doing. I mean, as I said, nursing, like teaching, this thing is not a job, it's a calling.
Yeah.
It's a calling. You must have within you the passion. Teaching and nursing, that is what I call occupation of passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's in you. It's not for the money.
Do you think, Mr. Boson, that places that have activities planned for the New Year's, do you think that they really need to look at what they're doing and end at the times, and maybe the authorities insist that at least you sanitize before you get into the facility, sanitize hands, and maybe try your best to get them to wear a mask?
Well, I agree, because as I said, you have been granted permission to undertake certain social activities, because we recognize that, as human beings, we need that kind of freedom. But at the same time, freedom is not a license to be irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stress that. It's not a license to be irresponsible. That you've been granted that freedom, but under certain conditions. That you continue to wear your mask, you continue to be sanitized, and to the greatest extent possible, if you could maintain social distancing, please do that. So do not take the freedom that you've been granted, the additional freedom, as an expression of abandonment of your social responsibility to yourself and to others. And I think that is what is happening, and I think that is where we need to continue to educate our people, that we are still under threat. And what we are doing, that kind of irresponsible behavior, could result in a new wave where we have to shut down the country again. If these numbers keep rising, as I see 24 new cases by next week, remember, as I said, come January 3rd, 4th, 5th, when all these social activities, the testing, been done, there could be an exponential increase in the numbers. That can force the government to reverse a number of the relaxed measures that were granted. We will have to do that. We have no choice. We have no choice if the numbers keep rising, that we'll have to turn around and say, well, listen, we have to go back to the curfew, restrict the number of activities. At one time we granted for church services and other social activities, we allow the numbers to go up. We may have to go back again and say, listen, we restrict you to X number. And the timing again, we restrict, And this kind of restrictions, really, we could do without if our people are more responsible in their behavior. I cannot overemphasize the need for responsibility in our behavior. That is what it boils down to. Because if we do what we have to do in terms of adhering to the protocols, Andre, we do not have to take all those measures that will restrict our freedom.
Two final questions for you, Mr. Boson. One has to do with education, where you were Minister of Education for a period of time. And I know you're probably saying, well, thank God it's not me now being made as Minister of Education and having to deal with the whole education system in this pandemic. Sir, as chairman of the committee, have you guys spoken about any decisions relating to school reopening on Monday?
Andre, as the committee, no. We have not taken any decision to change what exists right now. Yeah? Remember, we had agreed that we could go back to the face-to-face learning. Yeah? Based on the numbers, based on what was existing then. Yeah? But if there is a change, as we are noticing now, and the numbers are increasing, then quite obviously consideration will be given.
Yeah.
But not only the teachers might be calling for it, parents might be calling for it, and government may have to respond. Because, you do not want, because don't forget, the new variant seems to be, it does not respect children, Check it out.
Yeah, and it's faster than normal. Yeah.
It's everybody.
Yeah, it's everybody.
So quite obviously, our children will be under threat more now than before. So the imperative to impose certain restrictions to protect the children will be greater in going forward than it was before. So, there are a lot of uncertainties out there. It all depends on how this thing play out. Will we see a significant increase in the numbers in the next week or 2 weeks or so? That will determine actions that government will have to take to protect the population, including our children. Previously, it was said that the virus, children, it does not impact the children as much. But this new variant does not respect children.
According to my grandmother, it don't respect for God, man, and beast.
It don't respect for God, man, and beast. So we have to be more careful than before. Yeah.
Final question for you this morning, Mr. Bowl. It has nothing to do with health like that, straight up. But I keep following different things across different islands, and I realize that gas price at the pumps in St. Vincent has been raised again, and this is the 9th time, the 8th or the 9th time, I believe, for the year 2021. And their gas price has now gotten to $14.72 per gallon. How do you comment on that in relation to what your government have done here?
Well, Andre, I believe that gas price will continue to rise, yeah? In Grenada, the latest price was about $17.20. That was the official price. Mm-hmm. But because government took the decision to cap it at 15, it means that our people will benefit because they are not feeling the full brunt of the increase, and this is good. And if the price was to fall below 15, they will benefit because they will pay whatever price it is below 15, but it will not go above 15. So this is a good move because I do anticipate that there will be an increase in price of fuel, in price of commodities, foodstuff. I anticipate there will be an increase in those prices as we move forward in this thing. So I think the measures taken by this government were extremely good and will impact positively on our population as a whole. So kudos to the government for the measures taken to cap the price of fuel and diesel and to remove the VAT on some of the basic food items because we know that in the next couple of months or so we'll see increases in food prices. And people will tend to blame government and say, well, they do that, but yet price increasing. But, these are prices over which government has absolutely no control. These are imported prices, and there's not much you could do. Yeah. About that.
So you think the Vincentians would have to probably move to do as we have done, cap their prices to other islands?
If it continues to rise, they will have to do the same. Yeah, they will have to do the same. Or they might decide, well, I do not know what is the fuel, how much tax they place on the fuel. I know in our case it's about $5 something per gallon. I don't know what it is in St. Vincent, but it is lower. But they will have to look at it again if the price continue to rise and put a cap.
Is Motley in a good position, sir?
I was wondering if you were going to ask about Barbados.
Yeah?
Andre, I do not. I'm still wondering why Mia Motley decided to call a snap election. And I was reading some of the reasons given by certain analysts, and I do not subscribe to those reasons. Motley, right now, Barbados, what I think is out of the 36, the BLP has 29 or 28.
Something like that, yeah.
The question I would ask, what advantage can you gain if you have almost all of the seats, you control almost all of the seats in Parliament? What advantage can you gain by calling a snap election? And my analysis is this. It's not for what I'm hearing, that the opposition is creating trouble. You don't have an opposition, so what trouble, what divisiveness, what the opposition is no threat in Barbados. My analysis of the Barbados scenario is this. Mia Motley is contemplating some significant measures to deal with this COVID. Measures that she will not, or she dare not implement now, realizing that election will be in the next year and a half or so. So her mandate is this. We cannot implement these measures now, so let us go back to the poll, get a new mandate that will give us 5 years, and she will implement those measures because she made it clear that she will be there for 2 terms, except she decides to change her mind. And we know that in Barbados, they change government not every term, but every 2 terms. That has been the...
Yeah, that's a given.
That's a given in Barbados. To take those difficult measures now, that was going to put that second term of hers in jeopardy. Those measures she wants to take, because believe me, after this election, snap election, mark my word, you will see some significant draconian measures that will be implemented in Barbados.
That's if she wins.
If she wins. Exactly. She's gambling now on her popularity that she will win.
Let's just correct ourselves here, Tony. She had 30 seats because she won all the seats, right?
That's right.
I think she lost one. Was it?
Well, I think she lost one.
Yeah, one guy.
And this guy, the priest, he decided to go in the opposition when he did not get a parliamentary thing.
Mm-hmm.
The first guy.
Yeah.
Hartley?
Yes.
Hartley, and I think there's a woman now, Sandra. What's her name? I think there were 2.
Well,
she won all the seats. But
yeah.
We could roughly say, well, she has 28 seats. But to take those measures now, Andre, with the election looming in a year and a half, would be dangerous. She could end up being a one-term prime minister, and she don't want that. But she has to take those measures. The timing.
I listened to an interview with Callistra, and she was speaking to the opposition leader, who, of course, is a female in Barbados.
That's right, yeah.
And it was just before they became a republic. And the opposition leader was saying that, hey, we don't know what's taking place. This thing was done from outside in, not from inside out. And in explaining what she meant, she said that being a republic, that campaign started outside of Barbados and then came in. And just claiming that not enough discussion was done on the whole thing in relation to that. And she identified that as one of the reasons why Bajans, she said, are not necessarily as forcefully behind Motley as they were.
That is correct, Andre. Don't forget, Barbados has been referred to, or still been referred to, as Little England.
Mm-hmm.
They're very English. And I do not believe that that decision to get rid of the Queen as head of state was a very popular one in Barbados. I don't think so. Given that their disposition, everything for them is England, Little England. So I think she lost some support there. Yeah? But to me, the key thing with Motley, if you listen to Motley, has in the back of her mind some measures that she would like to implement to deal with this COVID in a more forceful way. You see, like what Antigua has done. But there's a fear of taking those measures now. But she still believes that her popularity is high enough to win this snap election. I think she will win, even though she might lose some seats, but she will win. And give herself 5 years maximum after this to implement those measures, knowing fully well that at the end of that 5 years, that's the second term, and Barbados will normally change the government after 2 terms. So that will give her the opportunity to do what she wants to do. She can't do it now. She will be fearful of taking those measures now for fear of losing in the upcoming election if she takes those unpopular measures. But in the second term, she may not care as much because once she made it clear that she will be there for 2 terms, she made it absolutely clear. And 2, we know that Barbados is a two-term cycle for government.
Now that we have gone to Barbados, let's stay there a minute, Mr. Boson. And when we look at it, from since 2019 to now, the Bajans have not had a budget.
Well, I wasn't aware of that.
Well, yeah, that's true. They have not had a budget since then. No. But then because you're not aware, then I can't ask you to comment.
No, I wasn't aware they didn't have a budget.
Are you then able to comment on the economic and fiscal situation in Barbados? What do you think, based on what you're hearing?
It's not as good as, like every country impacted by this COVID, the fiscal situation is not as good as it ought to be because, there's extra budgetary spending on things that you otherwise would not be spending on, right? They had to resort to, more borrowings. I know that the debt has gone up for sure. And, there are some hardships in Barbados as a result of this COVID thing. So,
debt to GDP ratio, 177%. What does that say?
Exactly. It tells you, debt to GDP ratio, can you imagine 177%? This is ridiculous.
Speak that in layman terms so that people understand.
That is to say, your debt is almost twice. With 177, almost 1.75 times greater than the value of goods and services you produce. It means that you're in a serious debt trap. It means that eventually you may have to go back to the IMF or these institutions to borrow on conditions that you may not like. So Mia Mottley is not only in a bad situation with regards to the COVID, but the economic situation in Barbados is not as good.
Are we better than they are?
Definitely. Our debt to GDP ratio moved from 56 to about close to 69% right now. We are good. I think we are the best in the region in terms of managing our debt. And that is why Grenada could have access to concessionary financing. You can go to the World Bank and get concessionary financing because of your good debt to GDP ratio. And that is one of the key indicators they use, your debt management. Yeah? And how you manage the economy. And right now, Grenada is in a much better position than any of the other countries in the region. And you know why? And people must go back. From 2013, when Grenada imposed the
structural adjustment?
Structural adjustment program in 2014. The economy was doing well up to 2020. And because the economy was doing well, Grenada was able to put aside certain reserves. And that is why people want to know, well, how Grenada could do it now? Where they're getting the money from to do the things they're doing? As our grandparents used to say, always save something for a rainy day. In layman terms, that is what the Grenada government did. They did not spend and squander the surpluses they made from 2014 to 2020. They put aside that reserve. And that is why they can do the things they're doing now, because by tapping into that reserve that they put aside. In addition to the international financial institutions like the World Bank coming forward and say, listen, because you have done so well in managing the affairs of the country, we can make available to you IDA funds. That's called International Development Association.
Mm-hmm.
Funds on highly concessionary terms, 40 years, 10 years grace. 0.7% interest. Grenada could access those funds because of good fiscal management. And people must understand that. That is why we can do the things. I mean, government could pay how many government could pay pay out an extra month salary, pay salary on time, you have 4% increase. It's because of the reserve that government put aside. You know? Can you imagine at this time, you could pay public servants the 4%. Come January, you have to give them another 4%. You meeting salary, you're meeting your commitment on time. You pay bonus, extra month plus a half month to other workers. I mean, come on. It's because of good fiscal management. And it's not because of election. People talk about election, but that's not an election budget. I mean, it's because the government has been performing well. We're able to do these things. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again maybe next budget cycle, if there is a budget before election.
But are you telling us when elections might be?
With election in mind, no.
Are you telling us that there are going to be elections next year?
I'm not saying, I don't know. The Prime Minister has the bell.
In his pocket.
In his pocket. I can't say. But I'm saying, we cannot say this is an election budget or this is a Santa, well, if you want to say it's a Santa Claus budget, maybe it was a Christmas gift. But, I mean, what makes it an election budget? I mean, let us suppose there is another budget next year. How you call that one? I think government is doing what it ought to do in order to meet the needs of the people. I mean, people have been suffering because of this COVID, and you know, it takes a caring government, a socially responsible government, to reach out, to alleviate the sufferings of our people by providing that kind of extra relief. And at the same time, you know, government is doing that. They are not neglecting the growth aspect because they know that in order to achieve growth, you must invest in the economy. And that is why, in addition to all of the social programs to alleviate poverty, government was able to present a budget with a capital expenditure of over $336 million, right? Which means that with that kind of injection of investment, the economy will grow because it is that kind of spending that promotes growth in the economy, your capital expenditure. So we had the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Social programs where people, you know, welfare have been improved based on those relief measures. Public assistance, can you imagine? In 2008, when the NDC promised to increase the social program for public assistance to $400 and they didn't. Now this government moved it from $300 and increased it to $450 at this time, you know. At this time, because the government understands fully well the need to assist the vulnerable people in our society, while at the same time presenting a budget with capital expenditure far in excess of what we were able to do in the past 2 years. Because you have to promote growth, sustainable growth in the economy. So really, Andre, Grenada, I don't know how people could, the criticism, some of the criticism I'm hearing about this government is really out of line. It doesn't make sense. Anybody with sense cannot criticize this government for what it has done in terms of assisting the poor and at the same time promoting growth. How can you criticize about it like that?
Your final question this morning, well, not question, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak for a minute to your constituents, and of course, by extension, you're speaking to Grenadians, because the weekend is coming. It's going, well, All Year's Day is on Friday, so Friday night you expect people to be here, there, and everywhere once there are no changes in the curfew. And New Year's Day, fun and frolic still the Sunday before they go back to work the Monday. Mr. Boson, speak to your constituents.
My message will be a simple one, because without health, we are nowhere. Please, to the people of St. Patrick West, people of St. Patrick, people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitri-Matic, please be responsible in your behavior. There seems to be a new wave. We do not know whether it is the old Delta or the new Omicron. We don't know what it is yet because the sequencing has not yet been done to give us that information. but we are in a danger zone, and the situation could become worse if we do not behave responsibly over the coming holidays. I implore of every Grenadian to please continue to wear your mask, continue to observe the social distancing, continue to sanitize yourselves, because these are what you call added protection. But even more importantly, Andre, I will urge our people, those who have not yet taken the vaccine, to go out there and take your vaccine. Make yourselves available to be tested so you will know your status. And for those who have taken the first and second dose of the vaccine, the booster shot is available. That will give you added immunity. We are in a war. Let's put it that way. It's like we're in a war against this virus. We have the weapons to defeat the enemy, but if we are not making use of the weapon, the enemy will come out and defeat us. Plain and simple. The weapons we have, vaccination. The weapons we have are the protocols, social distancing, mask wearing, sanitization. If we adhere to these things, Andre, the enemy cannot win. The enemy cannot win if we adhere to those protocols and we use the effective weapon at our disposal, which is taking the vaccine, being vaccinated. So that is my simple message. Yes, enjoy yourselves, but it is not a time to be careless and to let your guard down. COVID, or whatever it is, you don't have to go out and look for it. It will come out and look for you if you are not being responsible. So let us not play games with this thing. The economy, our country, is at stake. If this thing was to become rampant again, government will have to shut down. We'll have to shut down the country again for further protection. We do not want that. It's something we try to avoid, having to shut down. We know the discomfort, the inconveniences associated with shutting down the country. We do not want to go back there. So let us do what is necessary, absolutely necessary, to keep us safe, Andre. That is my simple message. Do not be careless.
Anthony
Do
Bose.
not put your lives at stake and the lives of others at stake. Enjoy it, and let's look forward to a very prosperous 2022. And I wish everyone, Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martinique, the best for the coming year.
Anthony Boson, no middle name. Thank you so very much for this morning, sir.
Thank you very much, Andre. All the best.
All right,
You
take
and
care,
your
sir.
staff.
Bye-bye.
Wish you all the best.
Thanks.
Great.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Thanks once again, Anthony Boson, for taking the time off to speak to us this morning. Interesting conversation. Nice comments in relation to Barbados. Great comments in relation to the fuel price, $14.72. Yes, it's still lower than Grenada, but it's the 9th hike in 2021. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andre.
Morning, Mr. Bridgman.
I want to congratulate you on that.
Clifford, you don't need to. I mean, I'm here to do that, yeah?
No, between yourself and Mr. Boson, I thought it was good food for thought. Well, please, and I think if people listen, we will adhere and realize that there's a lot to learn and there's a lot can be done. I too is somewhat fed up with things that are happening. And I tell you, definitely fed up. I am of the belief that we're going back. Soon as the holidays finish, we're going back onto the same conditions again. And that is rather sickening. Because I'm seeing it where people definitely. I heard Saturday, for the whole of Saturday, WFM was advertising a dance in Riverside. Whole day, that announcer was advertising that. And people just are not adhering to no rules and regulations. And it's a dangerous setting for us. A few nights, Saturday night, not this Saturday, the Saturday before, there was a party or a cook-up, a wild meat cook-up. And I peeped inside the hall. There was totally dark, Mr. Andre. And you couldn't see piece of light, and it was packed. I didn't go in there, but it was packed. If we continue with that kind of idea and sessions, I am certain that we're going to go skyrocket over what we had before. Because people just not adhering to the rules and conditions. The driving, the supervisor, the superintendent of police said that there was a little less than last week. But look at the amount of accident again. People are just driving crazy, going nowhere, doing all kind of things. We are going to get a hit again. I am a full believer of that. And I don't know what could be said. Perhaps you all as announcers could do perhaps a little more to get the message. But
we're not God, you know.
To do it.
We're not God.
No, you're not God. But I say, but you know, but again, some announcers take the wrong route, because if I mean you advertising a dance whole day, you're inviting everybody. What place you could have in River Sally that could accommodate the whole of St. Andrew, the whole of St. John, the whole of that way? We have to use some more knowledge in those things. I totally agree that nobody likes lockdown. I don't like lockdown. On 3 occasions I forgot my mask, and I went to friends and asked them for a mask. 3 occasions. There was a day I was going Gloratory, I forgot my mask. A day I was going down Guava, I forgot my mask. I thought I had it on me, I didn't have it on me. I went to, before I reached down, where the police will have to stop me, so I went down. There was a day I went in the NMP, in the office, the parliamentary office, and get a mask, because I don't want to be caught. And we have to do better than that. It is sickening to see what is happening.
I heard you, brother. Take care and thanks for your contribution.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Good.
Real FM. 8:52. That's our time. What can one say again? Nah, man, you can't say anything more. One person said to me, I said, Andre, what is to is will is? I guess so. What is to is will is? But I hope that when it is, nobody and do so and start to talk about R. Okay? Yep. Maria Alex, good morning. Patsy, Abraham, my darling, how are you today? Trust that you are going to have a productive day. Yes? I hope that you do. Roland McDonald. Yeah, Roland. I honestly believe that, because, you see, persons get vaccinated and they get no reward for it. Persons don't get vaccinated and their reward is that, yeah, you could party. Yeah, that's what it is. No, it ain't supposed to be that way. You get vaccinated, you can go to the party. Show your thingy, you go inside. You pay your money, you go inside. You can't show your card, sorry. But I guess nobody wants to take a loss. Everybody wants plenty of money too. But we need to do something about this. Good morning.
Andre.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Turn that radio down in the background, because
turn the radio down.
Because I'm hearing me coming back again at me. Talk to me.
Turn the radio down, one.
But you want to hear it? I don't want to.
I don't get it on my Crystal passing through your phone.
All right, that's good. Talk to me.
I just get kind of savvy, you know, Crystal passing to my phone.
Okay, tell me.
For a long time, I don't hear your voice.
That's good.
So I say I can go to the New Year without hearing that.
You should go through the New Year just like that.
Without hearing that sweet voice.
I find you're acting kind of strange.
You know, I must act strange. A friend is a friend. Yeah. But you put it on all you want.
How's Amanda?
Last time I checked, she okay.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That was this morning, right?
I don't know if this morning or yesterday morning or 10 days ago.
Don't worry. Remember that I have Amanda's number.
That's nothing new. Hey,
For Christmas, anytime Christmas, people have to chow out what they don't want outside and take in new things.
Hear this. Hi, Siri.
You know that?
Hello, Siri. I was asking Siri to call thing, but
Look at that now, man. You know me and man that good.
no, you're backtracking? I was going to call Manda.
Me and Crystal was relaxing listening to you there.
All right, Crystal, good morning. I haven't seen Crystal in live and live in color for a long time, and I need to come to Grenville.
Crystal making other money now, so you don't worry about him.
What, tours?
Walking tourists, he doing stuff. He walking on the road, all kind of work he doing. He going down all Seven Sisters, he walking on a old man like Crystal going Seven Sisters still. I don't know, boy.
When he fall, don't call me now.
I tell him when he fall along, don't call me too.
Don't call me.
But he's strong, man.
He's strong, okay.
Strong. So what's going on?
I cool, man. I cool.
How you doing? Holidays?
Say again? Quiet as usual. You know me. Just quiet. How you
What about
doing?
the girls?
The girls, they're all fine.
All right.
How about you? How you doing?
I ain't doing bad. Spend a nice holidays.
On the road?
Eat some ham. The road, good, man. A lot of money spent for Christmas. That double bubble. The boss Chowdy.
Who's that, Wall Boss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, everything in stores empty. They're to restock. People had a nice Christmas. Trust me. I will tell you something. Every year, majority of years, usually some people just come and say, "Hey, Fluffy, give me something for Christmas. I want a ham. I want something."
Uh-huh.
Not this year, no?
Nobody
asked me. Everybody buy a thing on their own. It was good, man. That money all bust you. They trust me.
I ain't find you send anything for Andre.
Andre, you know where you're staying, eh? I think home for you.
Fluffy, to come up there in that veranda to drink and to come back down the road, I worse than driving and drinking.
Hey. That money all bust you. I buy elevator.
Yeah. Well, you guys, man.
Hey, that was good of you to send Kami gift for her, man. For her birthday.
Kami's my girl.
I feel good when I realize that you send a gift for her. I feel so happy. And you send it all year?
Yeah, well, I wanted to reach before other people. I wanted to reach
You sure for that birthday, not only your gift for pass?
No. Other people, the Prime Minister, do one, let go and thing. You probably let go more than me, but at least...
No. He can't let go more than you. That keeper, he can't be more than you.
I got there before him, I believe.
All right.
Somebody said put back the coffee to 9 o'clock. How do you respond as a bossman?
As a bossman, put it back to 12, not 9. 9 go hamburg bossman.
So 12 o'clock is good?
Because by the time people come out to work 4 o'clock and they think 9 o'clock will be too stiff for. 12 o'clock going to be good.
And how about the promoters now? 12 o'clock will kill them.
You see now, the promoters have a problem with them promoters. Here's the problem I have with them promoters. If the Prime Minister or the COVID people or whosoever give you a chance to free up for Christmas to make a money, stick with the protocol now. If they tell you only vaccinate the people that are going inside, stick with that now. If they tell you to sanitize, stick with that now. They're messing up their own thing for their own self. Okay. Trust me. If they give you a chance, stick with the protocol, sanitize people, make sure you can't really have way mass inside of party. But if you sanitize and you make sure that the protocol is going good, everything will be all right. Lawless at Christmas Day.
Yeah.
If you see, they give permission someplace for 200 people, you have 600 people there. Something wrong with you, man. Trust me, I tell you. And the problem I have with this protocol, the people who is not vaccinated, that the people are going out the most and have fun.
Yeah, that's
and the next problem I have again is the people who works in the ministry, like the government, work not from the private sector, they work with the government side. So if we have a lockdown today or tomorrow, their salary is still going on the bank account. And we have to go home. As bossmen, we have to go home and no money coming in. So what they have in their mind now that COVID is nothing for them. But it's a big thing for us because we're losing.
We need to get a message to the promoters. Stick with the protocols.
The message we need to get to the promoters that stick with the protocols. And everything will be all right. Because they didn't must, for this Christmas, they didn't must because you had COVID before the Christmas. They didn't must give them no permission to have nothing. But they choose now that people have to free up themselves and have a time and enjoy yourself. But stick with the protocol. But you don't stick with the protocol, lend money, go against the protocol. That's not fair, man. So the next time they get permission, and again, the authorities should have police there all the time because they get double bubble.
Hold on. No. But you can't kill the police.
Yeah, well, the police get double bubble.
Yeah, but you can't kill the police still.
If you get double bubble, you have to work for a double bubble.
No. You work for that already.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know that.
They work for that. They work hard for that.
They work hard for that.
Hold on. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't work it, but it should not just be the responsibility. I mean, I give them real licks when they hear they do so and they go bad. You know that. But I don't think it should be the responsibility of the police here to come out and police your event for that, to make sure that you do what you have to do to sustain your livelihood. So the police coming to make sure that you make your money properly? No.
Yeah, but Jay.
Yeah?
Anyway, money involved. The more money somebody gets, the better for them. If the law state that I have to have 10 passengers in my bus, and I don't see no police around, I'll put 12. If the police are wrong, I'll stick with it.
Then you have no discipline.
Well, it doesn't matter.
You have no discipline. And you surprise me.
No, you don't surprise me.
You surprise me. You have no discipline whatsoever.
Anyway, you have money.
I bet you Crystal wouldn't do that.
No, Crystal different to me.
But I will tell you, you have no discipline.
Yeah, but I need the money.
No, you don't make the money at the cost of people's lives.
I ain't talking about, well, I stick with the protocol.
But that's what I'm saying to you.
Wear your mask, sanitize. What if I get 2 extra?
No! I can't say yes to that one, brother. No. That one is a no. Stick with the protocol. Stick with it.
Well, that will happen over the weekend.
Well, you see, that is what caused us to have 124 now.
Yeah. It's true.
Stick with the protocols. If you stick with the protocols, everything pretty, you know.
Yeah, but the majority of people don't stick with the protocols. And we end up in problems. And it's sad to know that we end up in problems because a week from now.
You didn't see the problems yet, eh? You didn't see the problems yet.
No, I see it coming. I see
it coming, eh?
I see it coming.
It's going to come.
It's coming just as after Carnival.
Yeah, it's going to come. And it's
coming, man.
It's going to come hard.
No, it's coming, I tell you. It's coming harder than before.
Yeah, it's going to come really hard.
It's very sad. But, bro, as long as we survive, we have to pray.
You know anybody in the union, Fluffy?
Which union?
Any of the unions. Any of the unions.
Are you civil union?
No, the trade unions.
If I know anybody there?
Uh-huh.
Like leaders?
Uh-huh.
Nah.
Okay. But if you know anybody there, you must tell the union people to speak to their workers getting money and, the money is sure every month. Eh? They ain't speaking to them.
Let me tell you something.
What
I realize, the trade union and those smart things there.
They ain't smart?
No.
Why?
Because if people don't work in, they cannot get them union dues.
But there you go.
So them, if they're smart, they talking to all the members and tell them to be safe.
Be safe, go to work and do your work, and don't just go to work and sit down.
And not only that, take the vaccine.
Well, all that. Because they won't get Jews.
So I don't understand why. They're forgetting their own business and study government business. Something is wrong.
Something really wrong.
Something is wrong. But we are to correct it, Jay.
Well, it will be corrected. It will be corrected. And it is being corrected. I mean, the government continue to govern.
The authorities is trying. And a problem I have, so no matter listen many other radio stations, including your radio station, I don't listen the most. And when the minister or somebody who in the government side who control the COVID thing, they asking that question 1,000 times. One question 1,000 times, where this is and where that is. I don't know how the ministers and them don't get fed up yet.
They probably get fed up, but they're just very
the same set of people.
They're very nice.
The same set of people come in every time on the radio and ask the same set of questions. And them is not, the question they asking, them is not doing it. Them fellas and them strong, eh? I give them a medal. Right? Especially still they are strong, man. Just
Rastafari.
Man. Bro.
Yo, man.
Stay strong, man. I have your Christmas gift for you, man. Me and Manda. Don't worry.
I heard that before.
Yeah, but we are putting a new year. So what happened before is COVID time. Although we're doing the COVID time now, but you know I always will have your back.
Tell Christopher for me.
You want to tell him for yourself?
No. You tell him for me.
Yeah.
That the next song I play is just for him.
So what about me?
Okay, we'll take part of the song too.
No. You don't say it's a him already.
All right.
That means you condemn me and you're dealing with Crystal now. I realize now that I don't have no place around you anymore.
No, man. Brethren for life. You know that.
I gotta stick with me and Manda.
Brethren for life.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Love you.
I love you too, man.
The entire region together in one big splashdown fiesta.
A Caribbean connection, a regional vibration.
I say we jamming to the songs of the Caribbean, we grooving to calypso and steel band.
That's about it, my friends, as far as I can take you for this morning. 7 minutes after the 9 o'clock. Yeah, I gone over my time. Lord have mercy. Program director can really get upset with me this morning. But you know, things happen. It's a Wednesday, it's Dancey Wednesdays. You better believe that. It's your final Dancey Wednesday for the year 2021. What's it gonna be like? Continue listening. News, that's next.
I say we jam.
Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update from the Northern News Network. Details coming up shortly.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices or call us 444